this for me. Say I never go you since, but I hope that you are well. I hope you're for you. Make you Baba God bless you. I never forget you. I gon' forget you. See my shoulder, make you rest up on me. You know I got you. Now me be your friend indeed. The money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you. Yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? I know sometimes it feel like say nobody said you. That's one line I did for you, my friend. Oh, Remy, you always stay in my mind. I did me gone. I cherish you with my life. Don't worry yourself, oh. Everything go day alright. And if anybody try you, know it's gonna be on sight. See my shoulder. Your friend indeed. Money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far.
All right, good evening, everyone. Good day, depending on where you are joining us from. Yes, this session begins at 6 o'clock, but of course, we open the studio before 6. Hi, Tochi, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? It's good to see you
I'm
too.
fine, thank you. Yes, it's been a minute. All right, it's nice to have you. How's your sister?
She's good.
All right, thank you. All right, so welcome to the Mastermind Annual Children's Conference 2022, the second day and the fifth. Sorry, today is the fifth session. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 yesterday? So today is the fifth session, and this is the fourth and last session for the children for today. So, dear parents, we are going to have a parent roundtable at 8 p.m. today. You do not want to miss it for anything in the world. You want to be there. All right, but the children need to come in here right now. If you're watching on YouTube, welcome. I notice many people are choosing to watch or join from YouTube, and that's fine, whether you choose to be on YouTube or you choose to be in the Zoom session. But I think the Zoom session is cooler. You get to see and you get to ask questions. When you come in, please mute yourself. Back office, please mute for us. Mute for us. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself. Esther Matthew, you need to mute yourself. Thank you very much, back office. All right, so when you come in here, just mute yourself. All right, so yes, there's so many reasons why we put this conference together. Sorry.
I'm trying to send the link.
About this, obviously, back office is having a bit of trouble. All right, I hope this doesn't affect us. All right, if you can hear me, hello. Sorry, our back office is having a bit of trouble, but I think and I hope that doesn't affect us. All right, so I said there are so many reasons why we started this conference, so many reasons why we decided to put this conference together. Welcome, Esther, Matthew, Martha, and Stephen Goes. You're welcome, Tochi. You're welcome. Goodness, Okioma, you're welcome, ma'am. And I guess that is Opruche and her sisters. So welcome everyone. If you are here, we need more people need to join the stream, but in the meantime, let's move on. Okay, so we decided to have this, we decided to put the conference together. This is the third year, right? This is the third edition of this conference, and that's because we understand that children need to start taking the front stage in their own lives, all right? Apart from that, there is a need for development, and many times we expect children to become teenagers, and as soon as they are teenagers or as soon as they are young adults, we expect that they should get in and begin to do the right thing, have the right conversations. They should be interested in meaningful things and all. But what we find or what we get as parents is we get a lot of pushback from our teenagers and young adults because all of a sudden, I mean, before now, I was really woke. I do movies. I do, I do movies, I do fun, I do iPads and all of that. It's always the fun stuff. And then all of a sudden, you want me to go and sit down and be listening to something, whatever you call it. Sorry, 1 second, please.
You watch that one later.
Sorry. Sorry about that. So all of a sudden, we want our children to be interested in things that will grow them personally, in things that will develop them, self-development books and all of that, and self-development conversation and conferences. No, it doesn't work like that, right? Because this is not their kind of thing. So what we want to do is introduce children to do a bit of every part of life. That's what life really should be. All right, do a bit of every part of life. Have the fun, grow yourself, motivate yourself, build your skills, hone your talents, be kind, serve, in communities, do all of these different things. These are the things that make you wholesome or whole as a human being, all right? But if we don't introduce this early to our children, then it becomes a struggle. Apart from that, people learn best by the examples that they see around them. That is why over and over again, we say the child is a sum total of, the people who raise them, what the people that raise them know, and then the environment in which they are raised. And that environment goes beyond just the physical environment. That environment is also the content in that environment. What are the things that mean anything to you? What are the things? What are your values, basically? What are your habits? Right? And then what are the physical things in that environment? What kind of people do you also have in the environment? Because, hey, your environment is bigger than you. It's also the people that have access to your children and the things that your children have access to. Your TV, your iPads, your phones, all of these are also part of their environment, their schools, their neighborhood. All of this is part of the environment. So each of these different things are going to influence the children in one way or the other. Now, since we know that everything around them will influence them, as parents, we want to introduce them to platforms and environments and gatherings where at least they are positively impacted or influenced, basically. And we have realized that when children influence each other, or when children, influence is the word. So when children influence each other, they get motivated even better. I've talked about this in the last session. I'm just throwing a bit of light on it again. Okay, when children inspire each other, when children, inspire each other, they're easily motivated that way. That is why peer pressure is a big deal. Peer pressure is a big deal because it's easier for a peer to influence you than it is for an adult to influence you, especially when you become an adolescent. It is science, it is reality, it is what it is. Dear parents, if you're here as a parent, don't fight it. It is what it is. As children grow to that phase, their peers, what their friends think, their friends' opinion begin to matter more. They want to dress like everybody. They want to sound like everybody. They want to look like everybody. They want to do what everybody else, their peers are doing, okay? And basically that's it. So it's based on this principle that we're building this. Let's young children who are focused. Let's young children who are making positive strides in their lives. Let's young children who are already stretching themselves. Let young children who are driven by purpose. Let them share their experiences. Let them share how their process, their experiences, how they've been supported. And I promise you, because it's easy for your child to connect to these experiences because they look like their own experiences too. The other day I came to school late and then I was asked to go out of the class. It sounds like what must have happened to you at some point or your friend. You can relate. And as human beings, we actually, we're inspired by the things that we can relate to. All right. They share the same kinds of emotions. You don't understand why your child is dragging their face the whole afternoon because you cannot see the big deal in the fact that you cannot watch a show or that you couldn't get something. As an adult, we don't see it. But no. His fellow teenager or fellow preteen will understand because he's been there. He was there just last week or last month and all of that. So yes, it's easy to connect for that reason. And that's why we put this conference and we do it every year. And just so that children, you never know who will inspire your child. Right? Sometimes they can listen to 10 people and just one thing that one person says is what they take and they run and become motivated until their motivation moves from external motivation, where you as a parent is the one driving it. You are the one asking them to do this, asking them to do that, dragging them to this training, dragging them to learn this skill, until it moves from you dragging them to them seeing the need, them enjoying it, them being a part of it, okay? And then seeing the reason behind it. When they get to that point, then it becomes intrinsically motivated, all right? So that's why children or young people are listening to young people, because you never know. Perhaps Farex's story or Kamsi's story, Alan's story, Tochi's story, or Mobolorin's story could be that story that your child can resonate, that resonates with your child. It could be that child that loves animation and loves all of that. And it's like, oh, this Mobolori is not just watching, he's also creating. Can do that, right? It could be a Farex's story. He cooks well, and then he comes tops in his class, and then he plays the piano, and then he creates content, and then he's the head boy. One person, oh, okay, I could do that. Okay, so that way we raise our children not to compete negatively, but to be inspired by the effort that other people are making. All right, so that's part of why we're doing this, in case you don't know. All right, so Kamsi, do we have any message to share right now? You want to share what this conference is about? Do you have a video to share with us? Let's make this sync well. Emma, are you around? Is Emma in the house? Emma is our facilitator for this session. I hope Emma is in the house. Please check. All right. Okay, Emma is here. Good. So I'm going to hand over to Emma soon, in a bit, after Kamsi has shared with us.
Have you ever wondered why peer pressure is a big deal, especially?
Sorry, I hope everyone can hear.
Yes, we can. It's okay.
Amongst young people. It is because young people will connect with experiences that are relatable, fun, and authentic. So all they need is that fun-loving friend who is confident, bold, and seems to know what they are doing, positive or negative. We understand this principle, and this is why we have put together the Mastermind Conference for Children, where we bring in confident, bold, and assertive young people who are already taking baby steps towards living a life of purpose. We bring in these children, and they can reach out to our children through their experiences and their process, and this way we're able to influence as many children as possible. Do you have a child? Why don't you register them? Tell your friend, tell your neighbor, and tell everyone who has got children. Remember, your child is not safe until everyone in their tribe and in your circle are safe or are equipped. So why don't you go ahead and register now, and I will see you at the conference. My name is Marybeth Chima, and I am the matron of the Mastermind Circle. See you at the conference.
All right, so that's it. This is why if you haven't invited a friend and you haven't invited your neighbor, and this is day 2, you are wrong. Read my lips, you are wrong. Because if you have friends that are still rolling their eyes when it comes to developing themselves, if you have friends that still look at you weird in a weird way when you want to do something positive, if you have friends that do not read the kind of books or do the kind of things that you're doing to improve yourself, then you are not safe, because they will continuously make you feel like you are weird. Will continuously make you feel like there is something that is not cool or not woke about you. So no, you want your friends to know what you know. You want your friends to learn what you're learning. So you need to invite them. All right. And so do we have any testimonials? So we do this in the Mastermind Circle. We build ourselves, we grow together. So we are a group, we are a tribe of young people growing together, influencing, right, inspiring and motivating each other for these reasons we are talking about. All right, so we're going to take a testimonial from the Mastermind Circle. Okay, the Mastermind Circle is a I wanted to say peer pressure. It's a peer mentorship and accountability group. This conference is powered by the Mastermind Circle. It's a yearly subscription program where we have children between the ages of 6 and 14 enrolled, and we can walk your journey together. Like every day, we are doing activities. Every day, your everyday life, we are holding you accountable. How you study your book, how you read for leisure. Come see when you're ready, go ahead. All right, how you read for leisure, how you study, your kingdom life, your relationship with God. We are interested and we are there. How you decide to start making money. All right, let's take that first.
Hello everyone, my name is Jaden Emmanuel and I'm here to share a video testimonial. So what Mastermind has helped me is to help me prioritize my time, help me improve my skills, help me to do the right thing at the right time, help me to know what is important, what I should do and what I should not do. I really want to thank Kamsi and Miss Marybeth for making this possible and for helping me to become a better person. Thank you.
All right. So yes, in the Mastermind, we want to point you to the things that are important. Okay. So we want to help you develop your social life. We want you to build your financial skills. Who told you that you're not a powerhouse and that the things and the value that you carry cannot be valuable so much that people are ready to invest in you and people are ready to pay for the value that you give. And then, of course, in the Mastermind, we make you understand that, well, and the value that you have is bigger than £1, £1, $1, and one whatever currency. It's bigger than that. Do you know that people, a whole institution, can decide to invest in you just because of the value that you bring to the table, or the value that you carry, or the value that you have to give to the world? So she's going to be talking to us about some of these things in her session. Do you know that because of what you decide to do with the gifts that God has given to you, men shall come to your rising? Do you know that? Do you know that you can sit in the company of great people simply because you decided to look inside and identify that thing, something that is as simple as a hobby, boys and girls, something that's as simple as what you just love to do. You just love to kick a ball around, you just love to sing, you just love to play instruments, you just love to bang this table, and you can put skills, and you can put time, and you can put discipline, and you can put honor, you can put all of these things around this thing that you love to do, and boom,
The world is at your feet, ready to reward you, ready to lift you up, ready to take your burden, just because you decided to answer to a call that God has, to something that God has called you to. So this is what we're going to be talking about. This is what we do at the Mastermind. You can't even be in the Mastermind and you're not honing a skill. Who born you? You can't be in the Mastermind and you don't know your superpower. You're building it, whatever it is. We will build 1, 2, 3 of them. We're building them. All right. So it's a place that every child should be. Okay. And we graduate you after 14 and you become one of our Mastermind pros that can come in here and be a peer mentor to us, like all of these young people you're seeing here today. Alan, today, the last session, Alan is a Mastermind Pro. He graduated just last year from the Master, at the beginning of the year from the Mastermind. And here he is already peer mentoring us. Okay, so this is why we have to, do more with ourselves and what God has placed in us. All right, so if you like to be a part of the Mastermind, your parents, okay, talk to your parents about it. Dear parents, if you would like to be a part of the Mastermind, all you need is 5,000 naira to book a slot, and then you can pay the rest of the payment for the entire year, and it's just 70,000 naira. Mary, what you pay your lesson teacher for 1 month? Yes, I said that. What you pay the lesson teacher to come and repeat math and English, right? That is what you pay for the Mastermind in 1 entire year. And we're here with you, working with you, building you, doing this journey with you every day. All right, Emma, if you're in the house, then take it away from here. Emma will be introducing our guests, and then we would have to the stage. Kamsi, you need to mute your house. Thank you. Israel and Richard, you need to mute.
Yes.
Israel and Richard, you need to mute, please.
Okay.
All right, Emma,
Oh my gosh,
your background is a bit noisy too. All right, so we have some peace. Thank you very much. All right, let's.
Where is Noel? Call him. Tell him his class has started.
No, your class has started.
So today, for this session, we're going to be having an awesome 16-year-old, and she's going to be.
Sorry, I needed to mute everyone because a lot of people were making noise. Please, going forward, please keep your mics muted. All right, let me unmute Emma and mine. All right, they are muted.
Okay, so this session we're going to be having an awesome 16-year-old. She's very passionate about music, and she's been in standout roles in the Shrek the Musical. I hope you all are excited because I am, and I can't wait to have her speak. Without further ado, why don't we listen to her? First, let's have her profile played on, if it's ready.
All right, thank you, Emma. Just give me a sec to get that on.
All right, so while we're waiting for Tochi, for Tochi's profile, were you here in the last session with Alan? What did you learn? Do you want to go into the comment section and drop one thing you learned from Alan's session? Okay, Alan was another 14-year-old who was here telling us about the skills, the extras that we can have as teenagers if we want to be extra in the world. So who was in that session? What did you learn from that session? Share with us in the comment section. If you are on YouTube, also share in your comment section. Okay, I may not be able to see it straight up, but Kamsi is going to see, the back office will see it. All right, so share with us what you got if you are on YouTube also.
Dynamic 16-year-old in year 11 found her love for musical theatre upon moving to the UK in 2021. From standout roles in Shrek the Musical to memorable performances with the National Youth Music Theatre and Concert, her journey reflects her passion and dedication. She's eagerly anticipating her role in the upcoming musical Crescendo this summer. Despite facing the challenges of being a minority in the industry, Tochi is a vocal advocate for equality, lending her voice to various platforms including leadership programs and radio interviews. Her goal is simple yet profound: to inspire others regardless of their background through her artistry and advocacy efforts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tochi Arinze.
All right, awesome profile there. So Tochi is our girl. We're going to be listening to Tochi today. This is the second time, or is it even the third time that Tochi is going to be here with us? So you see, she's a Mastermind Pro automatically. All right, she's here inspiring us every year. And I promise you, she's grown with each passing year. She's growing, she's grown even better. Thank you very much, Tochi, for being here. You're welcome.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Tochi, and today I'll just be talking to you guys about how you can do your own thing, and you don't need to be. You should be independent in your own self and be confident in your own self in whatever you want to do. And I'll just be talking about that. First of all, I moved from Nigeria to UK when I was 14, and that obviously was a very big change. And I had moved here with a goal set in mind. I already knew what I kind of wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do musical theatre because that was what I was really passionate about, and that was what I was best at. So I had a goal in mind from Nigeria. I was like, once I move here, I'm gonna do all these things. I'm gonna have all these things. I'm gonna play into all the opportunities I have. I'm gonna use them and use them well. I'm not gonna let anyone stop me from doing that. And that was the first thing I had in mind to come here and do, was to conquer all the opportunities that were laid out for me. And I came here and it was just not the case. It's just the thing about life. Life just never turns out the way you would want it. It's always the way it is planned out for you. Everything happens for a reason. That was something I had to learn the very hard way. And it was something that did build character for me. And it did build kind of thick skin, because you always want something, but sometimes it's just not for you and it's just not your time. And you need to understand that sometimes, because I remember being rejected from an art school and I was just so distraught, and I was like, why didn't they pick me? I had so many things that could be of that was good for the school, and it just wasn't the right thing for me, and I didn't know that at the time. And if I had been picked into that school, there are so many other opportunities that I would have missed out on. And it was a very hard time, but that was what pushed me to do better. And that was what pushed me. And I think what that helped me do was, and I would like to tell you guys about, is that whenever disappointments come, they are obstacles in your race of life. It's never, if you want to give up after the first disappointment, then that is not the right thing to do. You have to keep going, because one disappointment doesn't mean you're gonna keep on being disappointed for the rest of your life. It is one obstacle. It is like a race. It's like a hurdle race, and you keep jumping over the hurdles, and sometimes you may hit the hurdles, but it does not mean that you're not still going to get to the end of the finish line. And it doesn't matter if people are still running in front of you. It doesn't matter if it seems like people are ahead of you, because at the end of the day, if people are ahead of you, that's their own race. Your race is your race, and you always need to understand that. And one other thing I did, because this is one very important thing that a lot of people don't do, is that they wait And when you wait, you're missing out on opportunities. You need to go and explore. You can't just wait and sit and just be like, oh yeah, this didn't happen for me, so I'll just wait for the next opportunity. That opportunity is never going to come if you don't chase after it, because there are many, many other people who are chasing after that same opportunity. If you don't chase after that opportunity, someone else is going to get that opportunity, and there's no way to argue it. And you just don't wait for your parents to find that opportunity for you. I never ever waited for my mom to tell me about this place or that place. And really, it is because it is your life at the end of the day. Yes, your parents are there to guide you and protect you, but at the end of the day, it is your life, and your parents know you, but no one knows you as well as you know yourself, and you know the path you want to take. So you need to always understand that. And I think that was what really pushed me, and it's still pushing me now because I'm in exam season and it is very stressful. But like, this is also one of the obstacles that I need to get to. I need to pass my exams to go to a good school, and that is like the most important thing for me as of now. But everyone else is running their different races, as I said before, and you may be in a different stage of life from me, which is very possible because I think I am older than a lot of you here. So I would be in a very different stage, but that does not mean you cannot start now. You should start now. Start looking at what you want to do. If it is, I mean, try it out. No matter how hard it looks, you try it out. Even if it's not what it looks like, it looks hard. The harder it is, the better, because it does build character and it builds stamina and it builds confidence, and that is what you need. Another thing, this is the same thing, but it is very important to just go ahead and do it. Because if it's not for you, if you think, yes, this is for me, and you try it out and it's not for you, that is good as well, because it is still the fact that you have tried something, you have found something that's not specifically for you, so you can find something else. You can keep finding something else until you find that thing that is for you. And the earlier that you start, the better. But if you start late, it's okay, because it's never too late to follow your dreams. It's never too late to do something you really want to do. There are people who are like in their 80s and just started acting, and that's what they love to do, and they have become sensations from being at the age of 80, and that they just started. It is never too late, but the earlier you do start, it is better. Even if you haven't found what you want to do, it's better to eliminate the factors, eliminate the things that you don't think you are specifically perfect for. And at the end of the day, you can always go back. It is still your life, it's still you. And no one should be controlling you and making you do what you don't want to do. That was something I had to learn very, I think, early, because I have a younger sister and she always knew what she wanted to do before me. And I was like, I have to find something. And what I think was hard for me was that I was just always like, I was like, my mom should find me something to do. And that was just never going to work, because whenever she did find me something to do, I hated it. And I realized very quickly, like, if I want to find something I want to do, I'm gonna have to look it up myself. I'm gonna have to, and that also made me very independent in a lot of things. I started any school I want to go to, I looked for myself. My mom had no hand in it, apart from helping, like taking me to open days and stuff. Like, she didn't have a hand in my future, and I think that is very important, because it does build independence for yourself. You are more able to go out there into the open and be yourself. And I think that's the most important thing, because you always need to be comfortable in your own skin, no matter what. If not, you're not going to be the best you can be when you're not yourself. And I think that is just like my message. Just be yourself. Even if it's not music for you, even if it's not sports, there's always going to be something for you. There's always, God did not create anybody without gifts. No matter how small you think it is, everybody has a purpose. If someone's purpose is to be a cleaner, that is their purpose. If there was no cleaners, who would clean? If there were no teachers, who would teach? There's nothing too minute. You have a purpose, you are important, and you need to feed into your own gifts and not the gifts of someone else. Shouldn't sit there and think, oh, this person is really good at this, I'm not good at that. That's not going to help you. That's just going to make your confidence go lower. And you don't want that happening. So just feed into what you think is right for you. And at the end of the day, you're gonna find it. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Tochi, for that awesome message. I believe we all learned something. If anyone has questions, they could drop it in the chat section, or you could raise your virtual hand. I don't hear Matron or Kamsi. Can anyone hear them?
Sorry, just give me a moment. Let me unmute them.
Derek has a question.
All right, then let me unmute him now.
My question is that when someone has a dream, but then other people are trying to stop them from achieving that dream, but they know that they don't actually like it, they're just trying to do it for somebody else, then should they do?
That's a very good question. I think when you have a dream, don't let anyone stop you from following that dream, no matter who it is. It can be anybody.
Where's mommy?
But you always need to follow your own dream and follow your own path, because at the end of the day, everyone has their own paths that they should follow. So you always need to know what you want to do. And that's also one thing about being strong in yourself and being confident in yourself. Don't let anyone shake your confidence or shake you. Always be firm in what you want to do and that you want to follow.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is that when they're trying to pursue their dreams, they are doing it, but other people are trying to get them to stop. They're not stopping, but then other people are now trying to follow them, but can't correct what they have done. So they are trying to learn from it, but they can't. So how would they be able to solve that?
You can't unmute yourself, Tochi.
Sorry, I thought I had allowed everyone to unmute themselves now. All right, try again now. I think it should work now.
It doesn't work.
Let me try something. All right, try now.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think I understand your question. So, if I'm correct, your question is that when people are following their dreams and other people are trying to stop them, and they're trying to correct them, but the people following their dreams are not being corrected. Is that your question, Derek?
Who is asking the question? Is it Derek?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I was trying to understand his question.
Oh, okay. I was trying out for a bit, so I wasn't listening.
So I think for in that case, when one is trying to follow their dreams and they're not taking criticism, and you're trying to give them criticism, but they're not taking it, just let them follow their path, and they're going to find, with the mistakes they make, they're going to find a way back. There's always going to be a way back. So just let them. Don't let it distract you from your own dreams or your own purpose, just let that person make their own mistakes on their own so that they can learn from it. Because yes, it is good to learn from other people's mistakes, but it is best to learn from your own mistakes at the end. So yeah.
I have a question myself. Okay.
Oh, and they are not making mistakes. And other people make mistakes when trying to copy you better than you. Oh, that's your question. Oh, so okay, I understand what you mean. Okay, so I understand your question. In that situation, when people are trying to, because that would never work, because they're trying to follow someone else's dreams, not your own. If your dreams are similar to someone else's, that is a different case than you trying to copy someone else's purpose. Everyone is running a different race. You're never going to be on the same level as someone else. You just need to strive to be the best version of yourself. And you can never ever be aiming to be better than someone else. That's always, you should never try to do that. You always try to be the best of yourself, because it's always going to it's going to end up becoming a problem if you're trying to be better than other people and not trying to better yourself. And yeah, that's a very big problem. And you need to not do that, because you're just going to be in competition with yourself and everyone around you at all times, and that can become very, very unhealthy for you and the people around you. So yeah, I hope I answered your question well.
All righty, please, if your background is noisy, kindly mute for us so that you stop distracting everybody. There's someone that is eating or something, and the person is clashing, and all kinds of noise are coming from the plate, I think, or maybe someone is doing something in your background. Please mute. All right, thank you very much, Tochi. Are there more questions, guys?
Yes, I have
Please,
a question.
Tochi here will ask her questions. Yes, go ahead. Especially those of you in diaspora, you should ask yourself. Ask her questions. Tochi said when she got to the UK, before she left here, I'm sure she didn't just come up with all of the things that she's going to do with the opportunity. She must have heard stories and heard how when you go to the UK, opportunities are bound. Like when you reach there, your problems will be solved. You will become a superhero. You start flying in the sky. Everything is just going to be good. Nigeria is messed up. Africa is bad. And then you get there and a whole new culture shock hits you, and you realize that you do not turn into a crocodile if you were an alligator when you left home. All of a sudden, you have new air, new atmosphere, and then you become an alligator and not a crocodile anymore. So you heard Tochi, I heard her very well say, when she was leaving, she had specifically what she wanted. So yes, it didn't pan out well, but she had a mission. She had a goal, basically. And then she even said that she has a sister that always knew what she wants. If those of you who have been in the mastermind for a bit, you should remember her sister, the football girl. She was 13 at the time. What's your sister's name again? Chudibem, right?
Yeah.
Chudibem, yeah. So she was here in the first mastermind circle. She talked to us. She's loved playing football since she was 6 years old or something like that, even younger. 3 years. At 3, she already knew that, you see, this football will live here. And right now she's doing great things, and she's had great opportunities, and all of that. Tochi, maybe you want to touch on a bit of, out there, what kind of opportunities come with the talents that you have? What kind of opportunities open up with you, for you when you decide to hold on to the thing that is your easy? Because it's better when it's your easy. So when you have to stretch yourself, you don't feel bad because you're doing something that comes easily to you. I'll give you an example. So I am an author, and then of course I am an author, and I write posts like every day. Do you know? I mean, I can get up and I can write 5 posts in a day. There are people that can stand and they want to write a post. It will take them an entire day because it doesn't come easy. Like, oh, what do I write? How do I start? Where do I go to? It's difficult because it's not your easy. So it's better when you are growing or you are developing whatever you are developing in the area that comes easily to you. So when it's even difficult, you are still in your good place, right? So yes, it's tough, but hey, the outcome, the thought of the outcome, and because you enjoy it, it's easy for you to go there. But when you find yourself in places that you don't like, so first of all, you're angry that you are there. You're angry that someone is forcing you to be there. You're angry that it is tough. You just start thinking life is so bad, like everything is so bad. Everyone, that kind of thing. So basically that. So share with us, because I'm sure there are people here who are still thinking, even while they're in the UK or in the US or wherever, they are still thinking somewhere at the back of their mind that they will soon turn to crocodiles from being alligators simply because they've left a space, and all of that. All right, share with us, please.
So with what I like to do, which is musical theater, which is it's a mixture of singing, dancing, and acting. So it's all three of those things. I started off with singing because I had always been singing. I have done exams in singing since I was in Nigeria. I've been singing since I was in like nursery or something along the lines. I've been singing since I was way younger. And so I just started with that. And the first thing I did was when I went to school, I joined the choir. That was the first step I took because I had always been in choirs. And I was like, I have to join if there's a choir, I'm going to be in that choir. So I decided to join the choir. The first thing I did. And it was I did not personally really like the choir because it was not as serious as the choirs I had been in Nigeria. It was not, everyone was taking it very, very unseriously, and I did not like that at all. But I did not leave the choir because it was the one thing kind of keeping me sane. They had songs I could sing. I just decided to stay there because there was no other place I could sing. So I just stayed there. And eventually, I started to get a lot of opportunities from them. They got me to sing at the university and with different people, writers, singers. And I finally found where I belonged. And it was very, very unexpected because I don't think that's one thing I would love to share. I love to share with people. The most unexpected things come as blessings. I did not like this place. And it was the one thing that I made so many friends from. I got so many opportunities. I got to sing with so many people. And then that one thing led to another, and I got a new vocal coach. And she's my vocal coach now. And she is amazing. I have developed in so many areas that there's so many ways and things I can do now that I didn't know I was capable of. And I think that's such a beautiful thing because she was one person who brought that out of me. And I think if I had not joined the choir in the first place, I would have never met her. She would have never taught me. And then, so that was the first thing I did. And then I joined my church choir as well because I just wanted to have that one thing I did that would help with my relationship with God, but also help with my relationship with my singing and help better my singing. Because if there's an opportunity for me to sing, one thing about me is I'm going to sing. When that opportunity is there, I will do it. So that was an opportunity I saw, and I took the opportunity. And then I joined Saturday school for musical theater, and I did everything there. And that was where I met my second vocal coach and my dance teacher, who helped me audition for National Youth Music Theatre, which is a production company for people from the age of 10 to 25. And that was just such a blessing. I loved that experience. And I think one very funny thing was that my vocal teacher and dance teacher in Saturday school were friends with my vocal teacher from school. So we got to experiment with a lot of things all together. I thought that was really good. And yeah, and I've just been doing a lot of things there. But one thing also is that I was just gonna say that I forgot to say was never ever say no to an opportunity. Never. When you get an opportunity, even if it doesn't look like an opportunity, say yes. Just do it, because you would not know how that would better you. You don't know how that would help your life, help your goals, help your like it would even sometimes it's as little as something to write on your portfolio, your CV that you didn't know you could put in there. You just put them because you've taken this opportunity. There's so many things that I've taken as opportunities that I've gotten to write on my portfolios, write on my CVs that have gotten me so many bookings and things that I didn't know I could get. And I just do that and make friends wherever you can. I understand that sometimes it may be hard, but those friends are also, you're also networking and you're also getting opportunities, you're making connections, because you don't know where you would be in 20 years. You don't know where they would be in 20 years. You could always help each other. And I think that's the beautiful thing about being a human being and friendship as well. And yeah, I think the most important thing in life is to take opportunities where you get them. Never just take it for granted when never just take it for granted when you think it is not for you, because at the end of the day, that's something you can always try. So yeah.
All righty. Thank you so much, Chochi. Do we have more questions for Chochi? She's here. Oh, come and loot her. You know how we say in Nigeria that, during the COVID, they were palliative, right? And everybody was supposed to go and take, and then people were going to loot, right? Now come and loot Tochi. Come and ask her questions. She's a young teenager. She's got a lot of wisdom. She's got a lot of experiences. Right? So come and ask her questions. Some of you, I'm sure your parents are preparing you to Jakwa. So come and ask the questions now so that you know how to prepare yourself before you Jakwa. For those of you who are there and you're still confused, you don't know how to go about it. Nothing seems to be the way they say it would be. Ask her questions. Even her sister is a footballer. So you better ask her questions about football. She knows all of that, right? She knows all of that. Emma has got a question. Please go ahead and ask. Thank you.
I think you need to unmute her.
I don't understand why people can't unmute. I think I thought I had unmuted everyone. All right, let me unmute Emma now.
Okay, so what about a scenario scenario one, where a guy wants to be something else? Grandfather, let's say great grandfather was a lawyer, grandfather was a lawyer, father was a lawyer, and then he says he wants to be, let's say, a doctor, something else. And then, yeah, there'll be some opposition, of course. And then scenario two, where he wants to do something and they know that the conditions, let's say what he wants to do, at least as a guy, is weird. For example, want to be a fashion designer and it's kind of weird in that community. What do you think should be done?
Because scenario one is something I have been in, because yeah, I think one thing you should always do is stand your ground. I understand it might be hard, but at the end of the day, it's your life. And it is. Yeah.
Do you think that they should wait until they're older? Because we all know that our parents, our parents do have a lot of control over us, like until you get to a certain age.
Yeah, definitely. I understand. I think. Wait, how old are we talking? Like when you say older, like how old is he now? Like hypothetically.
Let's say 15.
Definitely don't wait. Do not wait till you're older, because when you're older and you want to be a doctor, you need to start young if you want to be a doctor or anything. And I think 15 is a very, very, like, I'm 16 now, and I have said no to being a lawyer more times than I can count. And so I think 15 is 15 is a very, very shaky age to be on. It is when people expect you to act like an adult, but don't treat you like an adult, and that can be a very hard thing. So I feel like even if he is not very, very confident or in telling his parents this, he should at least drop science until he's old enough to apply for uni. He should, in any case, always stand your ground, because in the long run, it is your life. It is not affecting them. It's not going to affect them. It's not going to affect the way they're living. They have lived their lives. This is your life to live. If you decide to live your life the way your parents want you to live it, you're never going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied. And your goal in life, no matter what, should always be to be satisfied in the future. And if you know deep within your heart that this is not what you want to do, don't do it. It's not worth it. No matter how much money you earn in life, you're always going to have that in your back of your mind. Why didn't I do this? If I when this other route would have happened, there's always going to be what if. And yes, there'll be what ifs if you don't go through that route, but at least you'll be satisfied that you did what you wanted to do and not what someone else told you to do. Because as human beings, we always want to be in control. And if we're not in control of our own lives, then what are we going to be in control of at the end of the day? Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the most important thing. Can you repeat your scenario 2 question, please? Oh no. Can you unmute her, please? I think she needs to be unmuted.
I'm getting
Can you unmute Emma? Okay, so while we're waiting for Emma, is she unmuted now?
Yes, I'm unmuted. I said scenario 2 is where he wants to do something different from what is in that side.
Same thing. Never ever care what anyone says regarding your life, because that's going to stunt you. If he cares, if he's a really good fashion designer, he cares, oh yeah, this person said I was a boy, so I shouldn't be doing fashion design, I should go and do football. Go and do football and you see it's not going to work. Or you want to be or you decide to be a carpenter because you're a boy, it's not going to work. There are girls who, my sister has faced a lot because she's a girl and wants to play football. And they tell her to do this, do that apart from football because of the stigma, because of how stigmatized and how segregated workforces are. And it is getting better. It is getting better, but you should never ever care what anyone else thinks about your own life and what regards to your own passions. Because if that person's passion is fashion, then he should go do it. That's the one thing that can also really, really affect your life, caring about what other people think regarding yourself. And that's something you should be in control in, and you should have the right to say, yes, I want to do this. Yes, I don't want to do this. So yeah, same answer.
Thank you.
No problem.
Mom, you're muted. I'm trying to unmute you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I think she's teaching us. She's teaching us to come and be rebellious. We should tell our parents we don't want. Hey, rebellion. I'm standing here in I'm standing here for the parents. I will not allow you guys. All right, guys. So thank you so much, Tochi. Thank you for that excellent question, Emma. Okay, so the truth about it is, let me just add a little here. We have a few minutes to go off because I need to go and prepare for the parents session. So tell your parents to come for that session because we're going to be dealing with things like this in that session. So the truth about it, a lot of times, guys, watch it. Let me give you this expo. A lot of times when you have acted responsibly as a person, it's difficult for your parents to sway you about. When you have, all those extras that we've been talking about since yesterday, all those extras as a person, let's take it, you are this 10-year-old that knows, you start learning how to prioritize, you start learning how to do the right thing, you're responsible, you show up when you should show up, you've never had to struggle with schoolwork, you balance this, you balance that, you do things well. Now, when you get to that point, even when your parents come and say, come and do this, they come with a bit of respect, knowing that this one knows what he's doing and this one is focused. So it's easier for them to back off when you insist as someone who has always been, that child that is focused. It's more difficult for the child who is neither here nor there. That child that they practically have to that has practically had to depend on them for everything. Everybody does this for you, does that for you. You know how Kamsi was talking about the dependency phase and that conscious phase. In your conscious phase, when you start making decisions, and every time you made choices and decisions, you do well with them. And even when you fail, you're able to bounce back and you keep trying. Your parents approach you with some sense of respect, like, okay, this one is capable of making good choices. And that's because the truth is, when your parents tell you, come and be lawyers like me and all of that, it's because they are looking out for you. They feel that when they tell you to do these things, these are the things that will propel you in life. Don't forget also that your parents, you need to turn that on. Sorry. So don't forget that as your parents, we are. Thank you. All right, so don't forget that as your parents, we are coming from a lot. We are coming from where we were told, the people who raised us were people who were into agriculture, agrarians and all of that. And they wanted us to take white collar jobs. They wanted us to take jobs that had prospects so that we can make something out of our lives. Now, a lot of our parents are still in that space. The templates that their parents used to raise them, they're still in that place. They do not understand that it's a different world right now where a lot of these professions they are even saying go and do will soon be irrelevant. And then I like how Tochi put it, it's your life eventually, and you're the one that is going to have to live it. Isn't it? You're the one that's going to have to live it eventually. So it may not be as easy as saying, I don't want, I'm going to focus. It depends on who your parents are. Don't worry, Tochi's parents are different from the next person's parents, right? So for some people, they are from homes where you can't even there's no place for this. Okay, respectfully, there are people who are in those kind of situations where it has to be. So what can you do for yourself? Start developing yourself in the areas that you are interested in. Google is free. Isn't it? You have the internet. You were born in an era where information is at your fingertip. You can learn anything you want to learn. You can do anything you want to do by just being self-motivated. The truth is, we always want our parents. We say we want to be this, we want to do that, we want to do that. But silently, we are waiting for our parents to be the ones to pave the way. As Tochi said, she always thought her mother needed to look for what it is that is for her. So silently, she wanted to do more. Silently, she wanted to, evolve. But she felt it in her mother's hands somehow. So some of us, we say we want something, but somehow we want our parents to be the one propelling and making it happen. So you have to move to that place where you are determined and you're ready to, so yes, you will do what your parents want at the time, especially if you know who your parents are. There's no need for the conflict and the fight, but you can build yourself, because eventually it is what you build yourself in that you will excel in. Period. It is what you build. That's why I keep saying to you, right? from the inside, there's so much that you have, there's so much that you carry. It's not just me. Even scripture says that out of your belly shall flow the rivers of living waters. So right inside of you, boys and girls, there is so much out of inside of you. It doesn't mean that what you pull from your belly, it is from inside. All right. So you can develop you. Develop you with everything that is available to you. When you pick those clubs in school, if they give you the opportunity, pick the ones that help you develop the character or develop whatever towards what you really want to do. Go online and dedicate 30 minutes every day instead of watching anime, watching all kinds of things that do not add to your life. Go and dedicate your time to 30 minutes every day, walking in the direction of the thing that is your you. And who is still saying fashion design is for women? Who says that? Who is still talking about fashion being not a man's thing? Haven't you heard of Meatafo? A lot of these high brand fashion, whatever abroad, some of them are owned by men. They're talking about this. So sometimes, right, you have to equip yourself to negotiate with your parents. You should be able to help your parents see the light that they cannot see. All right, respectfully help them see what your world is like, respectfully. Okay, so yes, it is time to go. Thank you very much. Does anyone have one last question for Emma and for Tochi? I'm hoping you don't. I'm hoping you
sorry.
don't. Did someone say yes?
We have more questions.
Who has question? Does anyone have a question? No, right? Good boys.
I don't think so.
Thank you very much. All right, then. So at this juncture, Emma, you have a last word.
No, sorry.
All right, Tochi, you have a last word.
I don't think so.
All right, Tochi, do you have a last word for us?
Yes. Oh, yeah. I think so. Okay, so always care about what your parents have to say, but you guys should also stand your ground and try to make them understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But do always stand your ground because it is you at the end of the day. So yes, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Tochi. It's been an amazing session. If you have a friend and a brother and a sister and a cousin that wasn't at this session, please share the link to join the group so that they can come and catch the replay of these sessions. This is great knowledge and lessons that, even money cannot buy. And guys, boys and girls, I like the conversation that goes on here, how we can talk as young people, we can ask ourselves questions and we can interact, all right? Tochi, do you have any handle that we can go and follow so that we can be peeking into your life and learning from you? Are you anywhere on social media? If you're not,
I have an Instagram which is Arinze. Wait, I'll just write it's Arinze.
All right, so write it and I'll put it in the group and I'll tell them their parents.
It's Instagram is Arinze.
Okay, so your mom is in the group. Tochi, your mom is in the group. Just write it and send to her. Let her put it in the group, and then their parents will have it there, so they can just click and join. Now, some of you shouldn't be on social media if you shouldn't be. Just tell your parents to follow Tochi so that they can, from time to time, you'll be like, what's Tochi up to these days? And then they can show you. Tochi does a lot of things. I saw her one time. She was even singing for elderly people. Like, amazing, that kind of thing. All of this, her theater thing she's saying sometimes is there in her page. So you can just watch and see in amazement what, she started doing it before she was 16. At 14, she was already doing these things. So that you can be inspired. This person that is making noise, I will take you out of my meeting. All right, so that you can be inspired and you can do more. Okay, guys. All right. So yes, don't say Coach Maribeth said, "Who is talking there? You need to stop already." Jeez, Nancy, can you not mute? You know how to mute all of us. Can't mute one person. Oluwatosin, you need to mute yourself. You are stressing us. All right. Oluwatosin, mute yourself. Thank you, sir. Okay, thank you very much. All right, so yes, don't say Coach Rebecca said I should start having a phone. I didn't say that. I'm saying let your parents follow and you can ask them, oh, that Tochi, what's she up to these days, and all of that, so that they can share with you. And so, yes. Take all you have learned here today and start applying it in your life. If you don't apply these things in your life, then you've wasted your time being in this meeting, and we don't have time to waste our time. All right. If you want people to give you accountability, hold your hands, tell your parents it's time to come to the mastermind, where we hold your hands and we watch and work with you to become to achieve all the dreams you have set out for yourself. We understand. So when your parents don't understand, come so that we can make them understand. All right. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, guys. So see you tomorrow. The session tomorrow begins at 3 p.m., I think. 3 p.m. We're back here for the last 3 sessions tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Are we taking a picture, Kamsi?
All right, let me switch my view now so I can take a picture.
All right.
And as I did for the last meeting, now that we are taking pictures, I show my video. All right, so everyone, let's say cheese before we leave.
Let us see your video. Turn on your camera and pose and say.
Yes.
All right, everybody say cheese.
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 Take this picture now, because when Tochi becomes big, you have to show her. Tochi, I know you. I have a picture. You better take this picture now and ask me for it later, so that I can keep it, because Tochi is going to be big. All right, guys.
All right.
Take care of yourself. Bye. Love you. Thanks. Is there music to dance to? Bye, everyone.
Let me see. I think I've played almost every song.
Emma, thank you so much for this. Thank you.
Let me find something.
Did Emma tell you she's a mastermind partner, by the way? You see how we glow, how we shine, and how we don't dull ourselves? Right.
This was the last song.
Bye, guys. Take care of yourself. Bye.
Let's go.
Which kind of song is this?
I'ma do big things. You see me on the big screen. I move slow, I move fast, right past.
Sorry, ran out of songs.
Sorry, sir. What kind of song is that? Please. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye. I don't know what Kansi is playing there. Bye.
Bye.
End the session. Do I know where you found that music? I think you just searched online. I started doing something.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call. Must come together as one. There